crafty friends, welcome to the Brutus Monroe channel again. Today I'm sharing a card using the beach time stamps, perfect for your summer card making. Today I'm going to be using this long stamp here, like a beach scene, and I'm going to use the slimline card panels from Brutus Monroe along with the distress oxide inks and some alabaster white embossing powder. So let's get started. I have here squeezed lemonade, carved pumpkin, and barn door distress oxide inks. I'm going to first ink up the yellow and the red and then blend in the middle with the orange. It does look a little patchy at this point, but don't worry about it. Over time the color evens out, and also we'll be using a stencil over this. I'm using the Hawaiian Shirt stencil. I'm going to use a little bit of the red. I'm sorry I'm out of the video camera range. I'll move it up in a second here. I'm not looking to cover the whole background, so I'm just doing the corners and the long side, as you can see here. We'll leave the middle as it is plain so that we can use the embossing powders in the middle. I'm going to use the anti-static powder tool just to make sure the panel is dry before we put any embossing powder. Don't want to make the mistake of stamping and then everything gets stuck onto the panel. I just want to do a quick test and make sure it's dry. Next, I have here the stamp already mounted. I'm going to use the embossing ink and ink up the image. I'm going over the image a few times. I just want to make sure I cover everything, the little waves in the middle of this stamp. Don't want to miss any parts. I'm using the Alabaster white embossing powder, and as you can see in the image there are some parts which I missed. But it's easy with a stamping platform like this. This is the Tim Holtz platform. You can always put it back even after you finish embossing the first time around. Put it back in there, re-stamp it with the embossing ink, and put on the embossing powder again, and you'll have a perfect image. Next, I wanted to use up some of the other smaller images from this stem set, such as the shells. So I've lined them up and I'm going to use it to make a little border on the edge. What I'm doing here is just tapping very lightly onto the ink pads because I want to make like a shade, a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, and then yellow. And that's what I'm doing here. Ombre is the word I'm looking for. I'm going to repeat this process all around the panel and make a border with it. On the bottom half, on the top half, since it is all red, I did not need to create that ombre effect. That's just for the sides of the panels. The stenciling and the border, they are both very subtle, but they help to create a mood of bright sunsets by the beach. Next, let's finish off this card by adding a sentiment. I just want to keep it simple, and I'm inking up the sentiment called Relax from this set. I'm using a little stamp positioner here just in case I need to go back and re-stamp anything. It's easy to do with that L-shape stamp positioner. But everything looks good, and I have my slimline base here. I'm going to add my tape runner and glue down the panel. I'm also going to add a little bit of the Barely Art glue just so that the panel doesn't lift at the edges, since it's edge to edge. I just want to make sure it's glued down properly. I'm going to add just a few white pearls here to finish off the card, and that will be it. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this card. If you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and all the supplies will be linked below the video. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.